It's June, and you know what that means. Tesla's first robotaxis will be operating this month in Austin, Texas, in the United States. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, let's see how FSD Supervised handles this dirt road on a fucking mountain in China. I'll tell you what, people testing this have some serious confidence in the software. I mean, bruh, one mistake, rest in fucking peace. So, can your Waymo do that? By the way, I noticed something pretty funny. The passenger here, a bit of a white knuckle ride, the entire time hanging on quite firmly. Meanwhile, the actual driver, quote unquote driver, actually, the supervisor, hands off the wheel the entire time. I tell you what, unless you're absolutely insane, you're not going to pull this off unless you have a high level of confidence in the software. By the way, no LiDAR or radar necessary. What an epic demonstration. I wanted to start with this, just so I could tee this one up. We're looking at market share as measured by gross bookings in the city of San Francisco. Uber in black, Waymo in blue, and Lyft in pink. What we're seeing here, if Tesla didn't exist, would be extraordinarily impressive for Waymo, although they are losing astronomical amounts of money. But put that to the side. Waymo now overtaking Lyft in terms of gross bookings and exceeding 1/4 of all gross bookings. I mean, this is mental. Clearly, customers, at least in San Francisco, are happy to use robotaxis. More importantly, though, look at how quickly Waymo has increased its share from essentially zero to now more than 1/4. And look what's happening to Uber. Can anyone say disruption? The punchline is coming soon. Are you ready for the punchline? Waymo has a whopping fleet of just over 600 cars in San Francisco. I'm going to say that again. Just over 600 cars in San Francisco has enabled Waymo to do this. Just imagine what happens when Tesla begins rolling out their robotaxis first in Austin, and then very quickly in many other cities throughout the United States. They already have literally millions of vehicles on roads in the US today that can be capable of operating as robotaxis once they have regulatory approval with a software update. Moreover, anyone want to guess how long it takes Tesla to, let's say, manufacture 600 vehicles? The answer is a matter of hours. Check this out. Waymo's paid driverless trips in California. And we can see here an absolute surge with a handful of vehicles relative to Tesla's scale. Can you join the dots? So let's read this article with a hero image that I think features literally the entirety of Waymo's fleet. And I'm almost not trolling. The title, It's Waymo's World. We're all just riding in it. Google's driverless taxi company just cracked 10 million rides. If you haven't taken one, you will soon. Now I'm going to skip ahead a little bit in this article. I just want to kind of get to the point here. Waymo, with a tiny fleet, has surged from almost zero market share to a massive, meaningful slice, despite having slightly higher costs than an Uber, Lyft, etc. But let's just call them comparable, after years and years and years of plugging away. And just as we hear this news, we're literally days, maybe a week or two away from Tesla beginning to operate their first autonomous vehicles, which by the way cost a fraction that of a Waymo, in Austin. And unlike Waymo, Tesla can scale very rapidly. We saw the whole point of the intro to the video here, with that example of FSD Supervised operating in China on a goddamn dirt road on a fucking mountain, was just to show that what Tesla has created here is a generalized solution to autonomy. Their vehicles know how to drive, period. Not how to drive in a pre-mapped zone of a specific city with lots of testing and guardrails in place. Meaning their fleet will scale extremely rapidly relative to companies like Waymo. Waymo was doing 10,000 paid rides a week in August 2023. By May 2024, that number was up to 50,000. In August, it hit 100,000. So a 10x between August 23 and August 24. And now it's already more than 250,000. And again, this is with a piss tiny fleet. The article continues a bit further ahead. The numbers also show that Waymo's cars are self-driving towards an inflection point. They were novel, and now they're becoming normal. The article then goes on to talk about the classic adoption curve. There's early adopters, then everyone's like, well, duh, everyone should buy this thing or use this thing, like, duh. And this is an important point. Autonomous vehicles, robotaxis, about to hit the mainstream, become the new normal. Quote, at first, these innovations appeal to a niche market of tech geeks and early adopters. Only then do some of those products become part of everyday life. It tends to happen gradually, then suddenly, so it can be hard to recognize those breakthroughs in real time. God damn, what a fucking ugly ass. It's going to be super embarrassing, by the way, for Tesla to massively scale the Robotaxi fleet with elegant, sleek, compelling, extremely affordable, relative to this hunk of shit, autonomous vehicles, and start stealing market share away from Waymo with these butt-ass ugly abominations they're calling robotaxis. And look, I got the world's worst haircut, okay? I'm not a hater. I'm just pointing out the facts, okay? This is an ugly motherfucker. Some more references to how quickly Waymo is scaling in San Francisco. Quote, this is what exponential scaling looks like, said Waymo's co-chief executive, not the one who thinks that Tesla vehicles can't see at night, but the one that actually has a background in physics. Waymo's autonomous taxis are only available in a few cities right now, including Phoenix, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, where self-driving cars are more of a tourist attraction than cable cars. But the trajectory suggests what's happening there might just happen everywhere, and sooner than you think. By the way, this is so funny. This whole article is like, oh shit, Waymo's happening really fast. I can't wait to see what they write about Tesla when they fly past Waymo in the blink of an eye. And look, I'm not here to diminish what Waymo's done. I'm just trying to explain. They've not achieved autonomy in the same manner as Tesla. You will not see a Waymo vehicle operating on a dirt road in the mountains in China anytime soon. In the last month or so, we've seen Tesla FSD Supervised testing and or be approved in Australia, pockets of Europe, China, already operating in the US. How'd that happen? Because they've developed a generalized solution. Again, it's like a person learns how to drive, period. You can go to a new city, a new country, and apply what you know about driving, period, to drive safely wherever you are. This is not true for Waymo. One of these sensor-encrusted, embarrassing abominations of a vehicle requires the entire area in which it will be operating to be pre-mapped in high definition with LiDAR to literally bounce lasers off shit so you know every square inch of where you're going to be driving, and as long as nothing changes, no problem. This is why they've been so slow to scale. They're only in a handful of cities now. It was a literal decade ago that Waymo did its first ever ride on a public road. By the way, no exaggeration, a decade. Yet today, just in a few cities. At very small, they still have less than 2,000 total vehicles. So it was good while it lasted. Another quote. I'm confident that in a year, we'll look back at this stage and realize Waymo was just getting started, said their co-CEO, the one that doesn't know shit about physics, whose job I think is just to talk to the media. And I think what she really means is they'll just have been getting started on bankruptcy proceedings. The article continues. The real competition is just getting started too. In the coming weeks, Tesla is planning to unveil the Robotaxi service that Elon Musk has long promised. Waymo has the first mover advantage. By the way, is anyone old enough to remember the first movers in search? It wasn't Google. E-commerce wasn't Amazon. Smartphones wasn't Apple. Just saying. But the company is not profitable and has burned through billions of dollars to make the surreal dream of self-driving cars a reality. The world's richest man. I don't know why they keep referring to Elon as that. Call the dude MVP of Earth. It's almost a derogatory term. Yeah, the way billionaire bad. What's that got to do with anything? Elon Musk is betting that he has a less expensive strategy to help Tesla catch up. But the longer that Waymo has the only driverless cars on the road, the bigger its lead gets. Shit. The article continues to point out that earlier this year, Waymo entered Austin, and this summer, planning to launch in Atlanta. Next on the list are Miami, Washington, D.C., and the cars are now mapping Boston, Nashville, New Orleans, Dallas, Las Vegas, and San Diego. The company also announced that it's testing Orlando, Houston, and San Antonio. Waymos have even crossed the ocean to begin collecting data in Tokyo. Skipping ahead a little bit, this article is kind of amusing to me. I'm just thinking about what they'll be saying 6, 12, 18 months from now regarding Tesla. It's 2025. That might just be remembered as the Waymo moment. I recently took my first Waymo on a visit to San Francisco where I ordered a sleek white Jaguar. Brother, are we really claiming this is sleek? I don't want to be a dick here, but this vehicle looks like it was made exclusively by a bunch of super autistic engineers with zero interest in aesthetics. This is not sleek. It may work, but it is the polar opposite of a sleek vehicle. Pure function, zero form. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit more. As we saw earlier, Waymo's fleet now exceeds a whopping 600 cars in San Francisco. And quote, these days, the main complaint from users is that they can't Waymo everywhere. And that's actually true. There's a lot of areas that they just can't get to. outside the geofence. And look, this will be the same for Tesla initially in Austin, but my suspicion is they'll massively scale extremely quickly. This will very rapidly become a non-issue. Oh God. Goes on to mention Waymo's LiDAR plus radar and 29 cameras. I still can't believe this fucker called this a sleek vehicle. My God. This thing is legitimately uglier than your girlfriend. Skipping ahead again, most companies that tried to beat Waymo have given up. Uber and Lyft ditched their efforts to develop self-driving cars. Government Motors, you did it, Mary, scrapped its Cruise Robotaxi program. By the way, after a massive safety scandal / cover-up. I covered that on the channel at the time. Amazon has Zoox, but Waymo's most formidable rival in America at this point appears to be Tesla. No shit, Sherlock. The two companies have taken radically different approaches to the technology and economics of autonomous cabs. Tesla's model runs on cameras and AI. In addition to loads of AI, Waymo's system also relies on maps, sensors, and human feedback, which makes it so expensive. The company raised $5.6 billion of funding last year when Alphabet's Other Bets division, which includes Waymo, reported a $4.4 billion loss. Quote, the issue with Waymo's cars, Elon Musk said in April, quote, is they cost Waymo money. By the way, this truly is a massive issue over the long term. Transport as a service is like a utility, an internet provider, gas provider, electricity provider. You do not give a flying fuck the name of the company or the brand. If you can get the equivalent service for a meaningfully lower cost, most people will pick the equivalent service for a meaningfully lower cost. And it's directly in line with Tesla's mission to disrupt as many miles being driven today in non-electric vehicles as they can, meaning they're going to drive the cost of their robotaxis down as fast as they reasonably can without wait times getting ridiculous. Waymo is in big fucking trouble when they realize this. The question is, have they? Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.